a wand, but I don't know how to use it. I don't need a wand.
Welcome, my dear Star versus the forces of evil fanatics, and today we've got a lot to talk about. Now, of course, even though for the most part they're dishing out episodes twice in one day per week, I'm gonna try to instead separate them one by one. And the first episode that is to be covered is Butterfly Follies, and man, this episode was a nice refresher. And that's even including Glossaryck. We got my man pouring salt on his pudding, but mainly it's because of his new voice. I mean, I really gotta get used to it. Now, to really begin with the analysis, the first point to mention should be Star and how she is introduced to have automatically grown accustomed into using magic without depending on her wand. I honestly believed at first that they were gonna shine some light on how she became so used to using magic on her own, but I guess since the episode Conquer, she was already comfortable doing so in her puberty form. And really, I'm not too sure if going into the realm of magic was the reasoning for as to how she became so much stronger or what, but that would explain her ability to be able to cast spells easily as well as morph into her puberty form. Just like the sneak peek showed us, we have River, Marco, and Star together on the search for Moon, plus the owner of the prison tower going off on a tangent for not being able to imprison monsters due to Eclipse's reign. And by the way, I hope that doesn't mean that monsters are not allowed to be imprisoned even after committing a crime, but I doubt that. Anyways, Star and the gang eventually come across a monster who admires Star for giving the throne back to Eclipse and for giving them the opportunity to simply live an ordinary life. He then is seen wearing a shirt promoting a play located at the Pie Carnival where the Muni Pie folk are, and you probably know where this is going. But before we can go any further, can we please talk about Marco and this 650 gimmick? This is almost about the 5th time this guy sacrifices $650 for one of the dumbest reasons.
Hey, can I get one of these pies?
The $6.50.
Wait, $6.50 or $650? I don't care, I'm hungry, but you better throw in a napkin. Look, man, I'm eating this pie.
Are you kidding me? If the lady wasn't specific with her price, you can A, not purchase from the stand, B, wait until she answers, or C, give her $6.50 for not being specific and walk away with the pie, cause ain't nobody got time for that. And then, this boy does it again.
I gotta go.
That'll be $6.50 for the pie.
Oh, right. There you go.
Seriously, Marco, do you want to give away your cash? Alright, so continuing on with the search for Moon, they're then led to a merchandise store to buy Moon toys instead of actually seeing the real Moon butterfly, because just like River mentions, these pie folk are grade A scam artists. And when he admitted to accidentally being scammed into having his wedding ring taken away of all things, I was wondering about that because we don't even see River or Moon wearing any during the first episode. But I'm sure that the animators and or character designers could have just forgotten them or simply didn't want to have to animate the rings every time they were on screen. Plus, I doubt River was dumb enough to misplace both rings. So then, after being caught in the middle of the carnival, they finally are witness to this monstrosity known as the carnival play, or as I like to call it, the butterfly parody play propaganda. And man, did I even get hoodwinked into believing a certain reveal. They show Moon present at the play towards the ending, and after Star freaking obliterates the fake Star butterfly, Star and the rest escape with Moon and are revealed with this.
You've come back to me. I was so scared I would forget your face, but you're as beautiful as I remembered.
Seriously, this was a bit of a shock for me as well. I completely thought that this was Moon, not only by the incredibly amazing makeup work that was used, but these people had the audacity to use the actual voicing for Moon to deceive us so well.
Who are you? I'm not...
I'm not the real Queen Moon. My name is Eric. Sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I was trying not to break character.
And most of all, this man was a dude. So they move back to where the monster temple is, which by the way indeed was being refurbished by Queen Eclipse herself, and boy was her classy transition team quite impressive.
Fresh lemonade, milady.
Thank you, Archibald.
And if you're wondering about what happened to the original castle, well, yeah, it got demolished after the events of Conquer and Meteora taking over last season. We're then introduced to the construction we saw within the promos, and it makes perfect sense now. They used the wooden planks in order for multiple workers to attempt to free Globgor's crystallized body. But of course, the crystal is nearly indestructible. They then head further inside of the temple and make it into a room where bunk beds are present so that Marco and Star can rest. That is until Meteora the demon baby crawls out of the bed and goes into full exorcist mode, and I swear, Meteora must have some flashbacks of despising Marco during her previous lifetime. So far, we have no evidence how Meteora reacts towards Star, but of course, Eclipse denies it, but we do see that Meteora isn't as fond of Marco in another episode as well. Skipping over, and we have Star having trouble finding Moon and eventually asking Glossaryck for guidance. He says something a bit ominous.
What did the magic do to my mom?
You're asking the wrong question. The real question is, what were you doing in the magic dimension at all? That was your first mistake.
What are you talking about? I had to go there to find my mom, just like I had to go there to defeat Toffee.
Maybe that was a mistake too.
It's really peculiar because what exactly is so wrong about going to the magic dimension exactly? I feel as if Star's unicorn called her to prepare her for future battles without the use of her wand. But Moon on the other hand went there as a last resort in order to heal herself since Lekmet unfortunately can no longer help. Perhaps Glossaryck is aware of the hazardous potential of people losing their memories and or the simple fact that anyone can unintentionally create a force of evil, which is totally what I believe will be brought back to light very soon. Towards the end, Marco and Star finally get settled in and talk about Moon and the possibility of her not coming back, and this was after even the all-seeing eye spell couldn't trace her. But Star still has confidence because apparently this photo, this photo is from the future, and was given as a gift to Star by Father Time himself. And she believes that she wouldn't be this happy in the future unless her mother was still around. This photo was first seen in the episode Star Crushed, making us think that this was a photo already taken by Star's time on Earth while still in school. It would make sense as to why this photo means so much to her. It's a reminder of her that no matter what she goes through now, she'll end up happy and at peace on a day at the beach with Marco. Shirtless. Plus, it would be funny if this is a picture that's taken at the end of the series and Tom is the one taking the photo. Oh yeah, and Tom is still dating Star after the events of Conquer and finding out that Marco kissed her, so that's a thing. Anyways, after their talk, Marco decides to finally munch down on some pie, only to find out that it's a pie most likely made by Moon herself. I'm surprised Star didn't notice all of these pies before, but hey, at least she noticed it at all. And I just love how she then punches Marco in the stomach to collect the last piece of crust and examine the pie, but she could have just still looked at the crust without doing all of that. So obviously this then transitions to the very next episode, Escape from the Pie Folk, but like I mentioned in the beginning, I have decided to separate the episodes because this is a lot. So sorry guys, but this has been The Next Big Thing. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!